Hey, we look proper. Nice. Nice. Welcome, everybody. Space engineers. We're no longer part of the chair. Fantastic, then. Here we are, back in the construct. We got our blimp over here. I decided to just move it over here and kind of start again, but using kind of the idea of that. And this is what I've got so far. So I'm hoping this will be kind of like the final form that we will blueprint. So I'm trying to go a bit slower and a bit more careful with it, and trying to kind of accommodate everything we need as we go. So I'm hoping this way we can kind of build it in stages. But I thought this could be the general funnel. I decided to go kind of four-way symmetrical instead of two-way symmetrical, because I figured the way I wanted it to work was if this guy goes off at an angle, the ship moves at an angle. It doesn't rotate. So since there's not going to be a front of the ship, I figured there probably shouldn't be a it shouldn't look like there's a front of the ship, or there shouldn't be one side that's different than the other. So I figured having a 3x3 opening for the window was a good idea. So that's 9 collectors. And then I created these ramps, some 2x1 armor mixed in with some 45s just to give a bit of variety, and figure those look kind of neat, like structural beams kind of thing. And if ores get stuck there, that might actually help bring it in. In terms of a spherical gravity generator, it will probably go kind of where that reactor is, maybe, or maybe even between the glass, if we could do that. Use the glass as a connection, I'm not too sure. This is just temporary to provide power and antenna for while we're building. But we'll have to put a spherical grav gen somewhere. Somewhere in the center. Not sure where, though, but we could do something like that for now. But we'll figure that out. So that is something I would like to figure out before we get too far ahead, though. Or at least when we get to designing the internal. Okay, and then what we're going to have here is these gravity gens. Oops. Gravity. So these are all going to be set the same. Depth is in line with the control panel, so that will actually just go to, I think, 2.5. Oops. 2.5. And height is going to be, let's see here, 1, 2... plus 4.5, that's 6.5 blocks. I always forget what if it's 6.5 times 5 or 6.5. Let's try 35. I don't even know if that math's right. And width, so width is that way. We'll leave that full for a second. Okay. And we'll show that, and show on HUD. Okay. That's roughly about right. So these guys will be, right now it's pushing, but we'll probably reverse them all. So gravity generator 4, and we'll probably go like negative, whatever we can get away with. It doesn't have to be max. And I'll change that a bit. Oh, okay, it was just the other dimension that I hadn't changed that was confusing me. So 35 was about right, but I had that one's going like 150 out this way, so it looked like it was going really far. But this is kind of the goal. So we'll have gravity in here, but I think this is going to be inside the ship, and we'll try to make it so that us, the player, can't get here, and that no floating objects could get here as well. So somehow that'll be enclosed. So we'll try to keep that in mind. And that's going to be similar to our grav shaft. So ores will come up here, and when they get to right here, this is where the gravity is, they'll get pulled in, hopefully towards one of these guys. Currently that spherical grav gen is quite strong, though, so that is preventing us from doing anything. What are you? Oh, you're skimmer. Interesting. So yeah, that is how the ore collecting part should work. Now for the sensor stuff. So I've got, I think right here is where I'd like the sensors to be. Right now I got 2 of them. We might need to add in a few more. And I'm not sure how we're going to do this, shape-wise and look-wise. Someone mentioned maybe like, what did you say? Well, going in kind of the theme of, I think, Skimmer, who is a cephalopod, or cephalodroid. So if we keep the same kind of theme, ocean, or like creature, that kind of thing, I think we can make this look like some kind of shelled sea creature as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right here with these things sticking out. I figure if we come up like that, we'll kind of do a little bit here. I was thinking of having a observation area of some kind. So we could do maybe something like that. So we'd have windows here, and this could be an area where we would walk. We just got to be careful, again, not to get into that gravity, but maybe you could walk all the way around the ship, the corridor. Maybe there'd be like a lap if you ever wanted to do your track. You could train and do some running. We're going to want a regular gravity field above here as well. So one that will push down, because this guy's going to be pulling, but not this strong. So we'll probably have him down to something like that. So that'll allow those guys to have more of a pull. And then while we're here, so that we're not being pulled upwards, I want to have a gravity in the ship. I'm not sure where we'd do that, but let's see here. Let's just put it up here for now. I want it to be roughly in the center of whatever area that we're going to be in, but it can't go further down than the glass. So that might change the walkway idea. Or we'll have to have separate gravity gens in the hallways, which might be an idea. So that'll push down to just here. And then that way we can walk around. And it'll probably have full 1G or enough G to counteract maybe so that the spherical nature won't be too bad. Okay, so this, I think 27.5. Let's just go 50. I don't know what this one should be, but that'll be about 20 blocks out. And then we'll keep it down like that. So now if we stop, we are walking. But if you look at the gravity, you can still see the influence of the spherical gravigen. But I think it's to the point where you can't really tell, I think. It's hard to tell. It looks like we're pointing down. Straight down. Yeah, I think that's negligible enough. Okay, so that'll cover the gravity portion, I think. And then, yeah, we'll put more over here if we want to make this a walkway. So I'm trying to skin it in a way, too, that we won't get too many jaggedy edges. So I'm creating almost like a hull sheet instead of kind of building on the outside of whatever we have in here. One of you mentioned we could use this space around here maybe for the cargo containers. It's not a bad idea. The only thing I want to avoid is perhaps putting these in areas where they could get damaged. So the way that I would expect them to get damaged would be from armor damage, armor deformation maybe. Maybe this gets deformed and spikes up and breaks open one of those. That's my only concern. And if that's the case, we might want to keep them a little bit away. That doesn't look too bad. What if we took a curvy bit as well? That's only for small ship, right? Yeah, okay. It's like, how would that work? Alright. So yeah, we could do something like that. And have the cargoes at the same level of the glass. I think that was what you were mentioning. Does that fit? That was piss poor placement. My apologies. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's go there. Nope. I would have to be right in the middle. Or one more out. I don't know. Can't seem to place it properly. Third time's a charm. That trick never works. This time it did. Suck it. How's that? So if we're walking around here, there wouldn't be this giant antenna or reactor there. But we'd be able to see some of the cargoes. So that might be interesting. Or we could put them one more up. In terms of how many, or we could even come closer and put them right above. But again, I think that's getting a bit too close for comfort. In terms of potential damage, especially with ores, probably they get up too much speed. Really? They get up too much speed, they could crash through there. So we did see that at the grav dart. If the stuff got too fast, it could phase through the glass, and then it was causing damage above. So if it phased through I mean, I guess if it phases through, it's going to hit the cargo regardless of where it is. But I think we should probably at least put them up one more. And obviously this is kind of weird way of doing it with these tubes. I'll rework all that. Just trying to get general placement, but I'll refine the silliness of the placements later, hopefully, but you could still comment on anything stupid that I do. All right. So it'd be like that, and again, it would be all the way around. So we'd have cargoes, and then we could actually look at them relatively easy, even from the ground. Or we put them above. And then in terms of shape, if we keep it like this, which I think is good, I think what we're looking at, let's see. Let's get one little rib going. Okay. Something like that, maybe. And then we start creating a shell for this creature. So we'll keep maybe the 2x1 armor. Oh, I hate the rotation, especially you just tilt your camera the wrong way. All of a sudden the thing does not do what you wanted it to do. So we could simply do that and see where this ends up if we just keep going up at an angle until we get to the very top. The other purpose of the gravity, the general one, is we could have it go all the way out and be actually on the top of the hull here too. So that way if stuff does make it up here, maybe that gravity helps clear it off, although I don't think it would. If we had gravity straight down on this edge, I don't know if it would roll, especially with the spherical pulling on it as well. I doubt it would roll off, but we could have other gravities to clear off the top as well if it is an issue. So if we do this, whoops, it does look like we're kind of running out of space for cargoes in there. Okay. Yeah, like we wouldn't be able to put another layer with that. I mean, we could go another layer out, though, maybe. Where'd you go? Could go like that. I mean, that's quite a bit. So that's 9, 18, 36. And truthfully, we could keep going probably there. Where's the symmetry line? That one we couldn't, but we could probably fill some more in the corners as well if we wanted to. In terms of the corners, I think we'll leave this here shortly, but that'll be roughly what it looks like. It's almost, I'm kind of picturing the shell of a crab almost, that kind of Cretaceous type thing. All right, thrusters. I created this little thruster thing. I thought maybe this could be what we use. It might be excessive though, I don't know. But if we take this, let's copy it. Copy it right there. We can actually paste it on here. Just got to be careful. Once I paste it, it's kind of hard to get off. And I'll have to paste all of them. But we could do something like that. Or like that. I think like that. Now I don't know if this is a good idea, but let's place it. Okay, so that would be the thrusters, and there'd be 4 of those all the way around the edge. Looks like they would stick out a little bit more than the shelly bit, but we could extend that out so it goes further than those. And I think what we do is flop that around. Let's try something. New large ship. Whoop. Let's bring it over here. Okay. Let's... Oh, I still have one copied, right? Oh. Okay. Let's try that again. New large ship. Whoop. Let's go that way instead. And Control V. Of course, I'm way in the way of this thing. I think it'll work. I just need more space. Because you can't rotate a station So I can paste that in, but I can't like rotate it around. So that's what I want to try to fix. Is it still in the way? It is in the way. Wow. All right. We're going to travel over here for a few hundred meters, since I can't seem to get far enough away. Okay. Now, thank you. So are you a ship? You should be a ship now, right? So now, let's grab you at the center. Copy. And now I can rotate it. Yes. Okay. So that's what I should do. If I make a little print like that, I should make it a ship. So what we could do is use the exact same thing for the up, is what I wanted to try. But we might need to space it so they're not directly stuck to each other. Like, we don't need them. Okay. I can't tell where I'm at. Where's the center? Center is right there, I think. Is that right? I'm going to try. I could be off. Oh, no, I got it right. Champion. Champion! Alright, so that would be its downwards thrusters. And also what I was thinking for these guys, so I probably would leave a space, actually. I wish there was an undo button. An undo button would be fantastic. But what we'll probably do is, in the center, we will put a spherical gravity generator, and we'll have it set to repel, so we'll make a little sphere. So something like that. So it'll be a little bit of gravity, and it'll be set to push, and it will basically keep ores from collecting in there. Less of a problem, I think, up top, but could be a problem up here. If an ore got into that spherical gravity, it would probably come here, so that would push it out of the thruster well, and then it should get picked up and get sent over there. So I think that'll work. One concern is these thrusters like burning up skimmer. And I think it'll be okay. I don't think skimmer should get close to them unless it goes at a diagonal, then it'll be like right underneath it. But maybe with the sensor fields we can set it up so that like if skimmer gets under here, the ship should be accelerating in that direction to get these thrusters away from being right above skimmer. And I think that'll work out okay. Alright, so that's what we've got so far. Probably some more things to still think about, but let's go ahead and leave that, and let's head back to the real world. There it is. I'm coming. Take me home. Take me home. Okay. Jacuzzi. Okay, let's go this way. We're back. So I do believe it is indeed when I like break the ship apart and put the ship back together that we are losing our groups, which kind of sucks. But not sure what to do about it. What I'm going to try to do is break the station apart and lose the groups. No, I think I'm going to avoid making groups for now until either that gets fixed or we're done breaking the station apart. But I want to do some projecting maybe just to finish off today. So maybe we can finish off the centerpiece of this guy, which means we should probably rip that off. Though I do still use it. Like right now, I would like a grinder. Grinder, please. We still have to add this into the repair bay, but with the repair bay broken as well, it's kind of problematic. So maybe we'll move the build post to some other place where we can use it. We need the grinder. Thank you. Oh, smash. Alright. So I'm going to break the conveyor tube right here. And in doing so, it should just kill the station, I think. Actually, I should probably have gotten rid of the other one. That's okay. Now, I should be able to just take a projection of this guy. Oh yeah, let's make sure the glass is part of it. Let's make sure it's attached to all those diagonals. I'm not sure if it is anywhere else. It might be already, but let's just be sure. I know that does it. Not that it really matters for the projection, I guess. It's probably silly to do that for the projection. Yeah. That was dumb. Let's get rid of him. Won't worry about it, because it's not we're not going to turn this into a ship again. Not anytime soon. If we do, we'll have to attach these back. Yeah. Or create a permanent way for them to be attached, which is probably what we'll do. Okay. So let's blueprint you. Okay, let's try something here. We're going to move this thing away. Let's see here. We're going to recreate some of it off of this projector. So it's just a projection of the whole station that I'm projecting. We'll create a temporary tube. And we'll go into... I guess we got to go into... Before we only had part of the welders actually hooked up. Oh, I can't even tell which way this is facing. Yep, okay. And then one of these. You need a girder to build a window. No, I don't want to build a window. 6. Do I have any of these on me? I do. We can do a conveyor. And then what do we have? And then we'll do another conveyor. And then we'll do a straight. And then a curve. Okay, now we should be able to build the rest with tortwing. Hopefully we don't actually build any of those assemblers or anything. That is not what we want. Build post complete. Alright, well, that's probably a better place for it anyway. Still temporary, of course. Hopefully that'll get... yeah, we'll see. Might get in our way. So I got this projected. So yeah, we're going to try to weld this up. Anything we're missing. Hopefully we have enough parts, and hopefully we can get in close enough that we'll get everything we need. I know I tried doing some of this before, and it was a bit tricky. It still looks a bit tricky. Let's go for it. You can do it. Alright, so while this is going, we can talk about recent information. There was an AMA for Keen over on the Reddits, and stuff that was discussed was some of the upcoming things that they're working on. They also released a blog post giving some information about the planets, and they've also gone and done... They've kind of released their engine as open source, which allows... should be interesting. I don't know too much in terms of commenting on that, but the benefits that I could see coming out of it, at least, are people are going to be able to look into problems that maybe Keen doesn't have time to look into, or maybe even bugs and stuff like that. Might cause find the root of some of these problems, or even give Keen solutions that they may not have even considered or thought of. So in that respect, it may help, yeah, benefit the game. I could see issues with it, especially in alpha, when the game is being updated so much. If people are able to create basically their own versions of Space Engineers, or their own kind of offshoots of it, then you could run into the problem of, I guess, like segregation, or too many different variants available, so that if you wanted to play the game, it's like, are you playing Space Engineers the official version? Are you playing the one that's been modified by such and such, or by so-and-so, etc., etc.? So there could be problems, but I think overall it's probably good, and we'll probably see some good come out of it the next few months or so. Who knows? But yeah, so far I have nothing bad about that. I could see there being issues, but until they occur, we won't worry about them, and we'll hope we get the good out of it and not the bad. The other information, they gave us some sneak peek stuff. This looks wrong, doesn't it? They're just blocks here that shouldn't be. Oh, well. Hopefully I don't have to break anything open and find things that we missed. But yeah, something definitely looks wrong here, doesn't it? I wonder if some of those blocks were already in place. Not sure. Yeah, they showed us kind of a sneak peek at some of the planet stuff. So they've already got it kind of underway. And they give us some ETAs. So DirectX 11, they said we should see roughly in a few weeks, I think. Planets will be several weeks to a few months was what was quoted. So probably a few months. Multiplayer, a couple months. So it sounds like multiplayer planets. It might be one or the other coming first. Who knows? Probably depends which one they get done. So we'll have to wait and see. I am still looking forward to DirectX 11 just for some. Should give us a bit more performance issue or a bit more performance. They mentioned in the MA that you could. So far, they're getting about like 10% increase, 10 to 20% increase, which isn't bad, and it's something. And it'll allow some more. We'll get access to those cooler models too. So maybe we'll get proper LOD type stuff, which will help as well if they're going to be working on like the final models and stuff like that. That might aid us in performance. If everything had proper LODs and downscaled, then we wouldn't have so many polygons on stuff that we don't need. Like, I don't know what the LOD is for those interior walls down there. Like, is there one? Or do we have the full polygon even at this distance? Because we definitely don't need it at this distance. But that could all be beta polishing stuff too. But they did mention planets. And they've already got like working stuff, but looks like we're gonna have atmosphere, gravity, fairly big, like 100 kilometers in diameter, I think it was. Some will have atmosphere like Earth, some won't. I think they even mentioned possible like wildlife, like the deer from Medieval Engineers will probably be there. Gravity well, they're going to be stationary. They're basically going to be like asteroids, giant asteroids with gravity wells and atmospheres, but you'll be able to land, take off seamlessly, by the sounds of it. The trickery is going to be in escaping the gravity. So the gravity is going to affect your ship, so you'll need enough gravity to escape that gravitational force. Your ship's going to have to be able to produce enough acceleration, basically, for you to be able to escape the gravitational force of the planet. So I think they mentioned they did a test with the red ship and had to strap on an additional 12 large thrusters to get it off the planet. So that'll be cool. It'll be interesting. I'm guessing what we'll probably end up doing is just having these launching ships that are just giant thruster discs, right? And when you want to get one of your ships off the ground, you use one of these thruster discs and you attach it. You attach it to the ship, get it off the planet, disconnect the ring, bring the ring back down to the planet, or what have you. It's kind of like a little space elevator. What do I want to see here? Are you out of stuff? Okay, still got that, still got that. I guess you're just not reaching that one. You just don't want to place it. So it would have been cool if we could get rotation, but it sounds like that's just too much of a headache. They might try to do some fake rotation. So when you're on the planet, you'll get a rotating skybox. So at least you have a day-night cycle, that kind of thing. So that's something. Yeah, something's... I think what's wrong here is there's armor blocks here and they shouldn't be. I think if I got rid of that one and that one, then it could correct itself. Alright. So I wonder what would happen if I look at that projector now. Does it tell me how much is done? Armor blocks 39. Like, I'm wondering if this is accurate. Interior wall, conveyor, smaller reactors. Yeah, I haven't placed any more reactors. I don't know if I want to, because they add polygons too, and we don't need more power now, so I kind of want to put them in later. Can you repair that for me? Thank you. So yeah. Ba-doop. So yeah, excited about the planets. Should be interesting. In terms of traveling to them, I'm not sure. We will have to start a new world, by the looks of it, for them, which is understandable. What we'll probably do, we're not going to abandon this, but we'll probably, let's see here, there's supposed to be conveyors. Why aren't they showing up? I guess I need a connection point. Ooh, let's start this one. There we go. So I want to try to avoid getting the reactors there, but I want to get the conveyors. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, what we'll end up doing is we'll start a new world that has planets, and then we will transport all of our creations, including our main asteroid there. We'll bring everything over. We won't bother with any of the asteroids we haven't visited yet, which is pretty much all of them. I would like to build a new fighter ship. Or possibly a multi-purpose kind of exploration slash fighter ship. So either we build a small ship, or a fairly large small ship, or we build a fairly small large ship, if that made any sense. So that's options. Okay, can I get those conveyors without getting the reactors? Oh, what did I just say? I don't think so. All right, tricky. Well, once I've done this, we can take another blueprint, and then we replicate it, and that will give us the other half, and we'll pretty much be done. I don't know why it doesn't want to place that. Is there something there already? Can I place it? Oh god, I'm gonna probably kill myself. Ragdoll death incoming. Prepare to die. Can't tell what I'm grinding. Ah! There was an armor piece there. Couldn't see it. Could not see it. Problem solved. Problem solved! Need longer arms. Give you longer wrists. Alright, well, I'm currently grinding away some stuff because there are some things in here that did not get reached. There's also a hollow spot right here where these armor blocks are. And since there's a bunch of polygons here that we don't need to see, I'm going to fill them in with a block, and that way they won't get rendered. And then I'm going to try to put in these conveyors. So they're too deep. So I'm trying to get stuff out of the way so Tortwing can get in there. I think I just got rid of these two more, and that'll give Tortwing plenty of room, I think. Okay. Get all the way in there. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to place... Are you going to reach the conveyor? Pretty sure it's going to place some reactors as well. That's okay. That is fine. I don't know if you're going to reach. I hope you do. Oh, you built the block right in your face. Brilliant. Just not really what I wanted. Not really at all. Let's get rid of that. Okay, did it actually place any of the conveyors? Yes, it did. Okay, just also placed that block. Okay, I think I'm done. It says I'm missing some blocks. I think they're the ones that are... Well, there's one of them. Okay. Might be some other phantom ones that I thought are in place, but are not. Otherwise, I think we are done for now. The other ones might just be these weird ones that are placed incorrectly. Like these are actually slopes. But just the way I projected it, it had the wrong block. That should have one, though. Okay. Otherwise, there might be some stuff inside. Some hollow things that we missed. Oh, there's an interior block I missed. But I think we're pretty close. There might be a few deficiencies that I might need to go in and find, but all the components are there. So we have all the reactors and all that. And I decided to put them in because they're a big pain to put in after the fact, because there's too many blocks in the way, so we wouldn't be able to reach them. There's a couple of the blocks up here, too, that I had put just to hold on to the glass and maybe as a permanent fixture at the very top here. So what we got to do now, not today, That's it for today, guys. This is the 14.5-minute goodbye segment of the video. But yeah, next I want to work on connecting this up and giving it a top, and yeah, connecting it to the girders or the beams as we had discussed. Oh man, I have no frames. So that'll be our next thing, and get this middle section basically finalized is the goal. Okay, now is it saying armor blocks 9? That's pretty good. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut that off. Shut it down. And that should help with performance again, I think. So yeah, some of the reactors in place. Oh god. I'm so glad you're well armored. Oh yeah, smashy, smashy. I did lose the camera on the back. I'll have to manually put that back in. But there we go. So that is that. That's the centerpiece. It's got all 4 sides now done. And we have a very low performance at the moment. Alright. So yeah, I'll let you go. So yeah, next time, connect that up somehow to this. We may need to adjust the height again, up and down maybe a bit, if necessary, but hopefully not. Alright, see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.